first CD? Was it more of a like just a collection of demos to get signed, or did you sell CDs out of your car? What was the first record all about?
The first, sorry.
First record we ever did together, I think. I remember me and Brad, Matt, and all of us, Chris, we all scratched together like $1,500 and had a 2,000 CDs made the first time.
No, we had 1,000.
1,000 made the first time, and 2,000 made the second. And the first 1,000 lasted a pretty good while, and then Kryptonite got on the radio, and then they started just going out the door, man. And then that's how the record company kind of got a whiff of what was going on with Three Doors down on the coast, and it just sparked their interest. And next thing you know, we was in New York playing a showcase, and then next thing you know, we was traveling all over the country playing. So it's been.
I can elaborate on that story. we took. I think it was like $1,500. We took over to a studio in Biloxi, and got in there and recorded. I think it was 11 or 12 songs, half of which wound up on the Better Life CD, or a re-recording of the songs. We went over there and we ordered the CDs and went through making our artwork and everything. It was a really exciting time, you know, and because everybody wants to see their CD in print, you know, in a case. I still get excited about it. I got excited about it on this one still, you know, the first time you open up the artwork and things. But anyway, we went and got those done, and we ordered 1,000 CDs, and I think that was like $2,600 or something. So we just took our gig money that we'd been making and put it all together and you know, pulled it up and got 1,000 CDs. And we went and we'd sell them at our shows, and the station in our hometown, WCPR, who eventually wound up helping get us signed, they had a homegrown show, it was called, and once a month on a Sunday night, they would play local music. And we'd go on there, and we were guests on the show, I guess probably 3 or 4 times, and they'd play Kryptonite, and it kind of caught on a little bit, you know, and people at shows at least would start knowing the song. And but we begged and begged and begged and begged and begged the station to add it to their normal lineup, and for 2 years it was no. And you know, we didn't have a record deal, we were just a local band, and it was a good song. But finally, after 2 years, the program director said, okay, fine. And over that 2 years, we had been selling those first 1,000 CDs in the record shops and at our shows and things like that. But the first 1,000 lasted almost 2 years. Well, just about the time they added the song to regular rotation, we ran out of that first 1,000 CDs. And, excuse me, it took about, I think, 4 or 5 weeks to get 1,000 more printed up, you know, and sent back and everything. And a prime example of the power of just one radio station in an area was that first 1,000 CDs lasted almost 2 years. The second 1,000 CDs lasted almost 2 weeks. And shoot, man, we as a local band, we just made like 15 grand in 2 weeks. We were rolling, man. And so it was cool, you know. And then ultimately, that song became the most requested song on that station. And they were a BDS reporting station, which is a chart that goes out to industry to reflect what's being played on the radio. And there it was, 3 doors down, Kryptonite at the top of the list with no record company beside them. So the record companies actually came to us rather than us going to them, and that ultimately worked out very well. And we've been with the same one since then, and they're a great company to work with, and they always manage to keep us busy.
Do you guys actually enjoy being on the road? Is that fun for you, or would you, if you had your druthers, would you be home all the time?
I like touring.
I very much enjoy being on the road. I love it, and I think we all enjoy our time at home, but it's not long before, after being at home, that you're really, really ready to get back out on tour. And it's fun just to not only, you know, just get to go play all the shows, but just get to see all the things that you get to see and to experience them with your friends, you know, and taking your family to these different places they've never been, you know, and you know, I've always called this job kind of the backstage to life, because you always get to go through the back doors, do these little things, and we're very fortunate to get to live that way, and I love being out on the road, and furthermore, I love getting to take people out on the road and get to show them how it is. And, I mean, because it's not all glamour, and we get out there and we work our tails off. We do. I mean, you know, you take somebody backstage for the first time, and they're like, "This is backstage." It's like, "Yep, nothing but guys pushing cases, and watch out because he's about to hit you." And you know, but at the same time, you know, it's cool to let them see how much work we do, because it really is work. And but it's cool to let them see like the things that we get to travel through, and you know, when you get out Midwest and stuff, and you're rolling through those plateaus and stuff, and you're looking out through there, and you know, it's just, you know, unless you're on a family vacation, you happen to be driving across the country, you know, they don't get to see that very much, and it's just those little moments in life it's cool to share with somebody.
And what about discovering parts of the USA or other countries that you've never seen before? Have you seen a lot that you wouldn't have seen if you weren't doing this job?
Definitely.
Absolutely, in more ways than you can imagine. I mean, we'll take my motorcycle and I've ridden all over the country in Canada and Mexico, you know, just because of the band touring and just all these different places that I would never got a chance to ride a motorcycle, much less in these places. And it's really cool. Really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think a lot of things that we get to, like, I mean, there's many countries. We've been to 34 countries, and I mean, if you weren't going there to work, I mean, there's very few people that could, you know, just simply afford to go to that many places. And we're going there to work, you know, so we happen to be going there, you know, to you know, for a job, and at the same time, hopefully you get a little downtime to experience that place. I think the first 4 times we went to Europe, all we did was explore churches, just go look at churches and history, and got a chance to go to Pompeii one time. That was awesome, and just to see all these different things. That's probably my favorite thing about going to Europe, is just getting to see all those old buildings, those churches that took, some of them took longer to build than our country has actually existed, you know.
They're still building one in Spain.
Yeah.
They've been building for 250 years.
Yeah.
They finished last night. What about food and diet and exercise when you're on the road? Is it easy to eat right, or does that even matter to you guys?
It's a little harder to eat right on tour, I believe. It's hard or as easy as you want it to be, I suppose. It's when you get out in the middle of those middle of nowhere towns that you're glad you have some deli meat in your refrigerator. But you know, you can eat as healthy as you want, and we get plenty of exercise on stage, as well as a lot more so than we used to. We get up earlier in the mornings rather than late night partying like you do when you get out and you don't know any better. You start getting up early, and whether it's somebody going to play a game of golf, or somebody getting up and going to the gym, or just getting out and going somewhere for the day to do something, you know, you can't sit on a bus but so many hours, and so we all stay pretty active on tour, I believe.